Welcome into NFL Daily by Chat Sports. I am Tom Downey. We have a challenge for you guys right now. One person on one of our Raiders and Bears videos actually commented 150 times by themselves. I want to beat that mark here on our main channel, but we need your help to make that happen. If you can comment 150 times, whatever it is, you can go from 1 to 150 to just keep track of your math or just spam NFL 150 times. We will give you a shout out. And if multiple people do it, then multiple of you will get a shout out. Head down to the comment section and get it popping right now. Today's NFL Daily is presented by Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping on all their incredible men's grooming products at manscaped.com/chat. We appreciate Manscaped sponsoring today's show, which begins with some major NFL news. Jadeveon Clowney is back with the Browns for, I believe, the first time in his NFL career. He has re-signed following his contract ending with his team the previous season. A one-year deal worth about $11 million. Now, the exact contract details are not yet known. There could be some incentives in there. There could be some fake years to bring that cap hit down. I would bet that there are, frankly. But 1 year, $11 million is the number that's been reported as the Browns retain Clowney as they aggressively go all in their current window. Clowney last year opposite Myles Garrett put together one of his better seasons in his NFL career. 9 sacks, 11 tackles for loss as well. There were 2 forced fumbles in there as well. Clowney has not been a premier pass rusher in terms of like getting a double-digit sacks. He consistently comes up just shy, has never put together a double-digit sack season in his NFL career, as close as he's been many a time. But the 2021 version of Clowney was much more like the guy we saw early in his career with Houston, where he was getting double-digit TFLs and a bunch of sacks. Is he the Von Miller, TJ Watt, etc. type of pass rusher? No, he is not. But he is a fantastic edge setter against the run, is a great number 2, I'd argue maybe the best number 2 in the NFL, and he and Myles Garrett form one of, if not the best, pass rush duos in the NFL. Maybe not quite the best, but pretty damn close to it. By adding Clowney, the Browns solidify one of their biggest needs left. That was an edge opposite Myles Garrett because, yes, you traded for Chase Winovich to be a backup. You signed Stephen Weatherly, Isaac Rochelle. You drafted Alex Wright in the 3rd round. None of those guys were Clowney in the end. Retaining him is a big deal for the organization. So we'll spend some more time on this momentarily, but I want you guys to grade the re-signing of Clowney right now in the comment section. A, B, C, D, or F. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. A, B, C, D, or F. Now, the report that came out quickly after Clowney signed was that he turned down more money. He had offers of 13, 14 per year, multi-year deals. I don't know if I believe that. Frankly, I am inclined to say even if that was true, the guaranteed money was probably super duper low and a little bit deceptive there. But regardless, this is a big re-signing for the Browns and a smart pickup, or retention, I should say. It's the team trying to win football games right now. There was not a better edge rusher on the open market. So for a team that wants to win right now with Deshaun Watson, who we'll get to more in depth here, the latest on his front momentarily, it does make sense for the Browns. Before we get to Deshaun Watson, today's show is powered by Manscaped. If you want to have success off the field, use the Lawnmower 4.0. It is the best in men's grooming products, and I'm not saying it's the direct cause, but there's a correlation here between me using Manscaped and having a roughly 6-month-old baby at home. You can do with that information what you will, but if you want to save 20% off and get free shipping on all of the men's grooming products at Manscaped, head over to manscaped.com/chat. Use promo code CHAT. The link and promo code, by the way, are in the comments section and in the description, and you'll save 20% off and get free shipping. Let's discuss the latest now on Deshaun Watson. The NFL has already met with Watson once, and now his lawyer, Rusty Hardin, says he thinks the NFL will meet with Deshaun at least one more time, and that the NFL appears to want to wrap this up with initial decision scheduled hopefully coming at some point in June. Here's what Rusty Hardin told the Cleveland Plain Dealer. Quote, "We should know what their position is initially, sometime in June. And then everybody will figure out if there's going to be a hearing about it, or can people work things out, or whatever," which I think is indicative of like potential appeals and whatnot. The only thing that's certain is that they want to try and get everything done this summer and earlier rather than later in the summer. Past that, we don't have any firm dates or possibilities. It does sound like this is starting to wind down for the NFL. The legal side appears to be over. Now, there could always be more accusations, but the grand juries did decline to move forward with the charges and that the PD had presented. But the civil case is still ongoing, and that might continue to get a little bit ugly for Deshaun Watson. Now, we do know this about the NFL. They can go rogue. They are not necessarily the bastion of consistency when it comes to making the same judgment over and over. Of course, not every case is the same, but the NFL can pretty much do whatever it wants. And fair or not, sometimes they react based on how the public or what the potential PR blowback could be in a given situation. So we'll go more in depth on Deshaun and the Browns' backup plan, by the way. But how many games do you think Watson will end up being suspended for? It could be 0. It could be a lot. So make your predictions for me in the comments section right now. The Browns do have a backup plan. There's been many a mailbag question in the past about, well, what are they going to do? They added Jacoby Brissett in the event Watson gets suspended for 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, however many games it ends up being. Now, the Baker Mayfield conversation isn't going to go away anytime soon, I would not anticipate. Sounds like that decision is still a ways away, as there's the staring contest going on across the NFL right now. But the Browns do have a valid backup option, who, of course, is not as good as Baker Mayfield or as Deshaun Watson has been in the past. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us here at Chat Sports for more free videos every single day. In fact, multiple times per day. We passed the 292,000 mark across all of our channels here at Chat Sports. We're actually approaching 1 million, which is pretty freaking awesome. Help us get there by subscribing for free right now. Let's talk Lamar Jackson as we move into the next portion of the AFC North Rumors Roundup. Not planned there. Lamar's in the last year of his contract, and there has been no major movement on an extension, and if you believe what the Ravens have said publicly, that is due to Lamar, not themselves. Lamar does not have an agent right now. The Ravens have said that, we can't move forward until Lamar wants to move forward, but now he's in the last year of his deal, which is the possibility of this forthcoming. Could Lamar try to go the Kirk Cousins route and go franchise tags and then cash in after that? Now, the franchise tag isn't, I don't think, ideal for the Ravens because they can't play with that number. With no long-term deal, they cannot bring the cap hit down lower and avoid paying an actual $31.5 million tag and cap cost in year one. It's the projected numbers. They could change. As things sit right now, 31.5, then 38 million, then 54.43. That checks in at about $41.34 million per year. That would be the upfront money Lamar gets over the first 3 years, and it would be top 5 in the NFL. Although, I think given what Deshaun Watson got, given what Derek Carr got, I would anticipate Lamar wanting, as he acts as his own agent, a contract that could rival the Josh Allen deal or even the Patrick Mahomes deal, because the market only goes north for franchise QBs. And the Ravens would want to pay that number because they would reduce the guarantee money a little bit, backload it too, and allow them more cap flexibility. So with that in mind, before we get to the potential trade buzz out there on Lamar, what is the most that you would pay Lamar Jackson per year? Sound off for me in the comments section right now. Here's what The Athletic wrote the other day about the gist of what's going on with Lamar. Quote, executives around the league are certainly monitoring the situation from far, wondering, of course, whether Jackson would ever become available if these non-traditional negotiations go sideways. There's no hint of that happening now, but superstar movement around the league in recent years has curbed the surprise element with these storylines. We saw what Kirk Cousins got on the open market way back when, and what he's still getting from the Vikings. Lamar has an MVP on his resume. In general, these quarterback negotiations don't go this way, where Kirk gets the bag, and we almost saw Dak Prescott at the open market. There are so many teams in desperate need of a franchise guy, they would break the bank for Lamar, who is coming off a down year, but he's a dynamic dual threat who before this season has not had really any injury concerns or red flags. Lamar as a runner is deadly. He is one of, if not the best, running quarterback in the NFL and has shown enough passing ability to win a frick ton of games in the NFL. So if you're the Ravens, they probably want to pay Jackson, but they haven't found a way to do that yet. So what will the Ravens do with Lamar? Type T for trade or type in P for pay. Sound off for me in the comments section right now. One last quarterback news rumor update here on Nick Foles. The report from The Athletic, I believe again, is the Colts are working to sign Foles, and a deal could come at any point, although it is not done yet, of course. The connection makes perfect sense. Nick Foles' former coach Frank Reich, is in Indy, and oh, by the way, it would once again be Foles replacing Carson Wentz for an NFL team, which is somehow oh so funny. Foles can be a backup QB. Is he a superstar franchise guy? No, absolutely not. Is he someone you want starting games? Not really. Is he better than Sam Ehlinger? Yes. Yes, he is. He would be an upgrade over Sam Ehlinger from that standpoint. So for the Colts to add Nick Foles, it really does make a lot of sense. I would expect a very cheap deal, but we'll wait and see if and when that deal ends up getting made official.